Hello everyone, this is Hakaym and welcome back to another episode of Funday Sunday, and today I'm presenting two replays with the Akizuki, and it's one ship I actually forgot that I've had, and it's surprisingly really good ship. I really do enjoy it. Now, granted, there is obviously the ability of getting IFHE with the Akizuki, and I don't have that yet, so this is primarily Captain without that, but I am currently playing on the Atlantic. We have two North Carolinas, the Tirpitz, Scharnhorst, Baltimore, Megami, Otago, Kutuzov, Algerie, Yugamo, Akizuki, and Loyang. As you can see, I am joined with one of my clan mates, Imperium. On the enemy team, there is two Bismarck, Amagi, Hood, Ibuki, Edinburgh, Otago, Kutuzov, Stores, Yugamo, Kagero, and then Leningrad. And this is actually the second game we had, as I'm doing this in reverse order. The first game that we had, well, I really don't want to spoil it. You will see it in just a little bit. But this first replay, we're only going to be watching the very first half. The second half really just came down to postponing the battle until we won on points, but you will see it as we go. But obviously we are pushing into B. Imperium is running his Loyang, and his Loyang has RDF on it, and obviously as you can see we are detected, but at the exact same time Imperium is also detected, so that means two ships are running RDF, and so we've pushed into B, but obviously there's someone currently in the cap with us and is currently capping us. Now our team, not gonna say anything really negative about them, but honestly they I don't really want to sound like an asshole, but they definitely could have done better. Like, this match could have easily swung into the enemy's favor. It was really, really easy for the enemy team to actually win, but we do something that the enemy team don't really fight that hard for, is controlling the caps. So that's a major thing. Now, obviously, we were taking our time. We were being patient. We do know there was a enemy Kagero. He was spotted just at the very edge of B on the enemy side, and we're doing our best, and we are actually detected. So it looks like the Kagero and myself have both the same detection. Now, unfortunately, I'm the one detecting him, and I pop smoke, and what the hell? Did anyone just see that random shell flying up? Just go back a few seconds and watch that random shell. Anyway, Imperium went ahead and popped his radar and spotted the Kagero, and there are the torpedoes incoming. And this is one thing about the Akizuki, it's really nice. The armor piercing is pretty decent against broadside destroyers, but it's the amount of shells they can just pump out, and we've earned ourselves the very first kill of the game, first blood, so that allows us to capture B. Now the enemy team have captured C and are currently pushing into A, and we have a friendly Yugmo that is, well, he's probably going to be regretting his life choices in just a moment. He's currently dealing with a Leningrad and also another ship down there. Yep, there we go, just lost a Yugmo. So both teams have lost at least one of their destroyers. We have lost our tier 9, while they still have their tier 9 destroyer as well. So right now I'm actually going to push into C. We do have a friendly Algerie that is currently up there, but he's not alone. I do got to be careful. There is a Kutuzov just to the south of me, but it looks like he's actually pulling away. Now, the Algerie did spot the enemy Hood. I'm guessing the enemy destroyer is still there, and yes, it looks like the Yugamo was finally spotted. I don't exactly know how. Well, the Algerie is actually a fast cruiser. It can actually reach about 40 knots if you do run the speed boost flag as well as the engine boost, so it's possible to actually catch up on a Yugamo. So now the Akizuki, its main drawbacks is her speed. Even with the engine boost, I'm only getting up to around 36 knots, maybe a little higher. So it's definitely a little bit slower without that engine boost. Her lack of her torpedoes, she's basically a gunboat. That's all she's really good at. The obviously other downside is her smaller caliber guns, which is almost kind of lackluster unless you are running IFHE, which I did previously mention. Now our Algerie is pretty much becoming the focus of the Hood and the Yumo. Don't know how long he's gonna last. Yumo is pushing south. I was hoping to at least catch him. Looks like I might be getting Imperium coming up here as well, so he's gonna assist as well. But there is the Hood that's pushing, and that's obviously the tier 7 British battleship, which is a fun little battleship. I've got to play her a few times, yet to actually get her myself, but she is actually fairly decent battleship all the same. Finally am able to get into sea. I am still located. This located marker is coming from the Yugumo, and I am detected, which must mean he's actually very close to me, and there he is, and he has opened up and should be detected if I pop into smoke. And it looks like finally we have Imperium assisting as well, and obviously there are the torpedoes incoming. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and slow up here, go out of detection as quick as possible. Imperium's coming in as well to try to assist, and it looks like the enemy Hood did take out the friendly Algerie, which is not good, because that means that all that's between me and him is my smoke screen and a very possible angry Yugumo, which is actually pushing up to possibly take me out. But fortunately, Imperium does show up at the right time and is able to open up against this Yugumo and should be able to take him out. There we go. Kill number 2. Very, very nice. Now, going back to the downsides of the Akizuki, she only has 1 torpedo, but she does have a nice neat little trick about her. She does have the torpedo rearmament expertise, or actually torpedo accelerator armament. That consumable that allows you to rearm your torpedoes a lot quicker. Now I do go ahead and arm it, so torpedoes are back up. Hoping this Hood would continue on, but obviously he is actually playing intelligently and dodges my first spread, and unfortunately for him, he's at least gonna take 1, cause flooding, but he is obviously gonna try to rush me down. My only hope is trying to outpace his turn rate on his guns. That is my only hope, so I go ahead, speed back up. I'm gonna take a hit here. The secondaries are opening up, but look at the amount of damage we can rack up against a broadside Hood. Almost 4,000 points of damage per hit, and these guns reload very, very quickly. Very nice. Now, should be able to take out this Hood in just a moment. Now, at this angle, hitting the superstructure is the best bet, and looks like Imperium takes the kill from us, which is very nice for him. But in that matter of time, look what the team... Well, we've lost half our team, and they have, on the enemy side, have lost almost all of their team as well. And we've just lost our North Carolina. Now, like I said, our team actually did a really good job capping base. We have control of A, B, and we will have control of C in just a moment. And the whole reason we're probably gonna possibly win is if we stay alive, because I don't think the enemy team's really pushing that heavily. As you can see, they are actually very far south, very far away from A and B. Our friendly teams are actually hiding behind the islands, more or less. We do know there is a AFK Edinburgh. He was spotted for a moment. Would like to get some more damage, but don't know if we are going to actually get any more. Got to be careful. There is a possibility the enemy team might be pushing back up to B, so we do have to be a little bit careful. Now, I am probably going to go ahead and jump into the next replay, because honestly, the next little bit is not going to be overly exciting. Pretty much it's going to be me and Imperium pushing south, trying to attempt doing some damage against the enemy team and prevent them from capping B. As long as we can stay alive and maintain our point advantage, we should be able to win this, even if we lose majority of our teams, but our only hope is to do that. Now, obviously, with Imperium opening up against this Edinburgh, and with the enemy team being fairly close, he's probably going to become the target, and the enemy Kutuzov is opening up against him as well. But yes, I'm actually going to go ahead and jump into the next replay. You may not agree with me, but trust me, I kind of know how this game ends. It pretty much comes down to us trying to stay alive and try and deal damage. No real more damage occurs after this. Here I'm just trying to get some torpedoes off on the possible Amagi or Bismarck. The Bismarck's actually very, very low in health. They are actually in a division together. And I guess while this is kind of running down before I jump into the next replay, I quickly want to post this picture. This is a battle result from a battle that I had with two of my clanmates. As you can see, didn't go so well. We lost all ships, but if you look at the enemy team and see something rather a bit unusual about this, there are two divisions, almost all, that are in the same battle at the exact same time. And yeah, so pretty much it came down to them cheating the system. There is a way that you can do this. It comes down to using your division mates, both divisions, entering battle at the exact same time, and we get kill number 3 right there. I guess that's actually what I was waiting for. I knew there was a third kill coming around sometime. But if you enter battle at the exact same time as the other division at the same tier, more than likely you will actually be in the exact same battle. Now, this was late at night, which does mean that the number of players that play drops off quite dramatically. There's actually very few players that will stay on all night or are able to play at night. So yeah, was not fun. Pretty much half the enemy team were in one division working together, so not a big fan of that. No, not really. Thought kind of pretty much feels like semi-like cheating. I know it's working within the confines of the game, and it does require a bit of luck, but all the same, still very, well, disheartening to encounter that. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and jump into the next replay with the Akizuki, and I will see you guys there. Alright everyone, welcome back to the second replay with the Akizuki, and this was actually technically the first game that me and Imperium played together as far as the ships are concerned. We are playing on one of my least favorite maps, Mountain Range. Not a big fan of this map. Not really. Too much open area in the middle, and it's just, eek. Anyways, there is a Kurfürst, Izumo, 2 Bismarcks, a Minotaur, 2 Kutuzov, Hapadosh, Yugamo, Tashkent, Akizuki, and a Luoyang on our team. On the enemy team, there is a Yamato, Fittergrosse, Tirpitz, Moskva, Donskoy, Edinburgh, Hipper, Shimakaze, Fletcher, Yugamo, Ognavoy, and a Kiev on the enemy team. So once again, we are beginning the whole similar tactic that we used in the second game, where we both pushed into B, and then we kind of split up semi so we can get around on both sides of the circle and possibly spot for one another. Looks like Imperium is able to get in. Once again, the Luoyang is actually very similar to the Mahan in a lot of ways, or actually better yet, almost, yeah, very similar to the Mahan or Benson in a lot of ways, but it was obviously used by the Chinese, hence the Luoyang as well as the Chinese speaking. Anyways, Fletcher is detected, open up against him, and there is the enemy Yugamo, and this enemy Yugamo is going to be my nemesis for the most part of the battle. It looks like the Yugamo has dropped torpedoes in both directions. Looks like he dropped one towards me, and looks like he is gonna try to bugger out as quick as possible. Unfortunately for me, all this time, Imperium has taken, well, taken a hit from the enemy Yugamo and is unfortunately going to flood to death and goes down. Now, I have popped my own smoke screen. I am now undetected and I can begin focusing on this Fletcher. Should hopefully take this Fletcher out as soon as we can, and there we go, very first kill for us. Now, unfortunately, we have lost our division mate and a very unfortunate circumstance, but now we can actually kind of pull back, relax just for a moment, and try to capture B as we tried in the very beginning. Now, we do have a very brave Minotaur. Kind of keep an eye on this Minotaur. He is a exceptionally brave Minotaur, especially considering, well, there is a Fidalgrosa that might be pushing down. Now, I am taking my time trying to capture the B cap as quick as possible. But at the exact same time, I'm trying to get shots off on this Fidalgrosa. Now, I went ahead and dropped torpedoes as well as rearmed my torpedoes and hoping to get a torpedo hit on this Fidalgrosa. Now, this Fidalgrosa possibly is running hydroacoustics, trying to protect his path. Thought he might go a little bit more to the left, and looks like the Yumo is trying to attempt the same trick twice, but fortunately I was able to actually put on the gas and get out of there. And unfortunately for me, the Fidalgrosa is going to dodge my torpedo spread. So that was a unfortunate miss for us, and right now all I'm gonna attempt to do is just try to spot for our friendly team, which is actually kind of holding up almost in the center of those islands, which might be a good idea. I'm actually trying to think if I've seen this tactic. It's actually a decent tactic because it allows you to focus fire on both sides if needs be. But it looks like the Fidalgrosa is taking the full battering from the Minotaur. Edinburgh is actually detected. Hopefully should be able to take out this Edinburgh, and right now all I'm doing is attempting to spot for our friendly team. Now, this Minotaur is once again being very brave. Of course, he does have a Kurfürst next to him, but this Fidalgrosa is pushing up, as well as possibly once again running hydroacoustics. Now, might have been just luck that he missed my torpedoes the first time. He may not have been running the hydroacoustics, but he might be running it now. You never know. And apparently there's actually a mod on Aslan that allows you to see what consumables a ship is running. I don't know how I feel about that, actually. But anyways, Fidalgrosa is being focused down. Torpedoes are incoming. Our torpedoes are almost up. And this is just going to be kind of a luck. And we are detected. And it more than likely is the enemy Yugamo, and there he is. And only 4.5 kilometers away, and this is where the Akizuki does its job. This close proximity, the high rate of shells incoming, and they are very fast velocity guns. And unfortunately for me, I am getting behind this island, and the Yugamo is going to survive for a little bit longer. And oh, looks like we got the enemy Fidalgrosa with one torpedo, which grants us our second kill of the game. Yugamo did drop torpedoes, but should be able to dodge those quite easily without any problem. Looks like the Yugamo actually backed up just to attempt to get some more shots off on us, and he's extremely low in health. And oh, he pulls forward, leaving himself with only 651 points of health. Now, our team is pushing quite heavily. There's only actually 2 ships on this side. There's that Tirpitz as well as the enemy Yugamo on our side, and it looks like our friendly team is actually all pushing quite heavily against the enemy team over at A, and they're actually doing a pretty good job. Took out, looks like the enemy Yamato goes down to the friendly Kutuzov. And right now I'm hoping this Yugamo will still be around, but as you can see, we are located. And this is actually the second battle, or technically the first battle. the Atlantic map was actually the second battle. But when me and Imperial and I pushed into B, we were both located at the exact same time. So this is actually the second time we've seen two different destroyers running RDF. And of course there we are detected, and one shell. That's all we need is one shell to land on this Hakaym. And unfortunately our shot goes a little wide. Now Tirpitz got a buff, and its secondaries are pretty much as good as the Bismarcks, and it looks like that's probably a fully tiered up or skilled up captain, experienced captain. That seems to be what I'm trying to say. But Akizuki's shells, though, when they come out of the guns, are very fast, 1,000 kilometer a second. And oh, just watch this. Just watch this. I'm gonna take free cam. Back up, engine boost, and oh, that torpedo just barely scrapes by. That would have been the end of me. But fortunately, we were able to dodge that, so that was very, very close. But once again, the Akizukis, once the guns fire, if it's short range, the trajectory of the shells are very straightforward. They go straight to target, but at a distance they actually lose a large portion of their momentum and actually gain kind of this arcing. So technically at long range you can actually arc your shells over islands, very similar to how USN DDs use their same tactic. Now the Tirpitz is trying to push out. We do have a friendly Kurfürst who is actually sitting fairly full health. Might be drawing the attention of the Kurfürst to that Tirpitz. Kind of weird way to say that. Now torpedoes are up. We do have the reload in just a few moments, waiting on that to actually cool down. And I'm gonna try my luck to see whether or not we can actually get some torpedoes on this Tirpitz. Torpedoes are back up. First spread goes out a little forward. Second spread goes out a little behind, just in case he wants to kind of stick close to that island near sea. But right now I am actually just going to kind of try to spot and possibly assist this Kurfürst, because there is still a Hakaym on the enemy team. This Hakaym might try to drop torpedoes on this Kurfürst, because Hakaym torpedoes are pretty darn scary. Torpedoes actually look pretty good. Looks like we are going to get two, and unfortunately the Hablash gets the kill. But not too bad. Not too bad. At least we got two torpedoes. Helped take out that Tirpitz. And right now, as you see in chat, I'm actually requesting that I want the Hakaym. He's mine. I've been fighting this Hakaym since the beginning of the battle. I think I have the right to take him out if I can spot him. And we are now detected. Not a lot of members on the enemy team. And there is the enemy Hakaym. Just one good hit from our guns takes out the enemy Hakaym. Looks like the Kurfürst secondaries opened up as well. But the Hakaym left a nasty little present. Not for me, but for the Kurfürst behind me. Which, of course, the Hakaym was aiming at the entire time, because the Kurfürst was a bigger target, very easy detected. But unfortunately for the enemy team, all that's left is the Shimikaze. And I have to give praise to the Shimikaze. I love what he says in the chat. I think he was going for Bonsai, but Bazai. So he is actually going to do the very honorable thing of committing suicide. Well, or attempting to kill, but essentially is going to just go down in a hell of gunfire. Should appear any moment. He's probably turning himself around, but yeah, not too bad. Kind of like the Akizuki. Kind of miss it. Definitely would be nice to actually get her upgraded. But it looks like the Shimikaze is now coming under fire and is going to go down under a hell of gunfire. But this is going to be it for this episode of Funday Sunday. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you like what you saw, hit the like and subscribe button. You guys have a great and fantastic day. Zaijian.